If you are looking to buy a Sony TV, perhaps the most important factor to consider is whether or not you should pick the A95K or the A90J. In this Sony A95K versus Sony A90J review, what is the best Sony Smart TV will be determined and why it should influence your choice. What an impressive TV set the Sony A95K Sony is. The exceptional QD OLED panel has some of the most incredible features, which we will be discussing. For software and UI, A95K runs on Google TV, and the experience is pretty much the same as any television running on this operating system, which is quite good. We will shed more light on how the use of Google TV as against the Android TV has improved the quality of both TV sets in a bit. Picture quality certainly is very important, if not the most important. With naturalistic convincing color balance, high level of detail retained throughout brightness levels all the way down to dark tones, the A95K promises some of the very best in terms of picture quality. A95K is Sony's first QD OLED TV based on Samsung's display panel and the latest movement of Sony's Master Series. Another interesting aspect of the QD OLED is that it is a tad better than the OLED because the shift in color tone from extreme angles on the screen is barely noticeable. A95K is definitely at the forefront when it comes to HDR quality, giving you the best gaming experience you could ever ask for. Let's also look at some of the more general characteristics of A90J before we make our analysis on which one of them we think is the best smart TV. What are some of the pros of the A90J TV set? First of all, a near instantaneous response time for clear motion and variable refresh rate support to reduce screen tearing.
Oh, wow!
Wide viewing angles and superb reflection are additional advantages of the Smart TV. We bet no one will actually lament Sony's decision to ditch the Android TV in favor of Google TV as its smart interface, because guess what? Google TV's implementation on the A90J makes for a more responsive and useful experience. Navigating the Google TV interface, setup and menus can all be done using a redesigned remote control handset that isn't overburdened with buttons and features some very outstanding backlighting to aid visibility. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel as we look at some similarities and differences between these two gadgets. The A90J, just like the A95K, is an OLED TV. While both share this feature, the A95K, unlike the A90J, uses quantum dot technology to deliver its colors. Pixel structure and primary colors on the A95K are not derived with color filters. According to Sony, the A9K's QD OLED approach can support wider viewing angles than the A90J's more traditional OLED system, which needs to pass its backlight through diffusion, reducing color filters. The switch from the traditional WRGB OLED, or QD display, as it is popularly called, delivers all the contrast benefits associated with pixel level, brightness, and light control. An added advantage of the QD OLED is that it seemingly has excellent panel homogeneity. HD content is also handled very well, and as far as gaming is concerned, A95K does justice to the images displayed, making them bright, exceptionally detailed, and all in all, just very visually appealing. This visual appeal certainly makes gaming an all-exciting experience, and we will tell you about that coming up shortly. When it comes to sound quality, A95K seems to top the chart again, courtesy its unique QD OLED panel structure, which works by allowing larger coaxial actuators on the A95K to recalibrate the actuators to obtain optimal results from the panel structure.
That was a lot of words. A lot of words.
Sony's upscaling technology, Bravia, is able to detect where you're sitting in a room and adjust the way vocals are presented based on how close you are sitting to the screen. It can also adjust the sound's left-right balance to compensate for off-axis seating positions. For the game lovers, the gaming experience only gets better. The A95K again features full cutting-edge gaming support out of the box, meaning that you will get support for 4K 120 Hz, variable refresh rates, automatic low latency mode switching, and the PS5 exclusive auto ATR tone mapping, as well as auto-genre picture mode features from launch, rather than having to wait for firmware updates, which is quite stressful.
Very.
You get an all-in-one package right from the onset. The A90J does not quite make the cut here as well, since you would have to wait a while before enjoying all the other gaming benefits that the A95K easily presents to you. In terms of design, the A95K does not break tradition. The 55-inch TV takes up almost the full space behind the TV panel, and like most Sony OLEDs, is equipped with Sony's acoustic surface system. The A95K has a nice aluminum-like finish and has all of the modern controls a smart TV will have. Buttons are also minimalist in design. The A90J ships with two blade-style feet, while the A95K protrudes forward from beneath the screen's bottom edge. Sony's A95K Smart TV is definitely a leap forward in image and sound quality. Our best pick for both TV sets will definitely be the A95K. Check out our video on the incredible gaming experience on the Sony A95K. A95K gaming performance that will shock you for more. It's been wonderful having you all through to the end of the video. See you next time.